Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Bubblegum Reviews. My name is Steve, and tonight I'll be reviewing Young Frankenstein with Peter Boyle, Gene Wilder, Marty Feldman, Madeline Kahn, Cloris Leachman, and Terry Garr. So this is Terry Garr. She's actually the mom. She's in Dumb and Dumber, which I didn't even realize that until I got a better look at her. This is Madeline Kahn, who's in a bunch of Mel Brooks' films. You all know who Gene Wilder is. That's Marty Feldman, and that's Peter Boyle. So I've seen this movie probably 3 or 4 times. It's a Mel Brooks film, which I've seen, want to say about 5 of Mel Brooks' movies. So, quick summary into this. Dr. Frankenstein, Professor Frankenstein, finds out that his grandfather's estate is being given to him up in Transylvania, so he heads up there to see what's what and stumbles upon his grandfather's work and becomes obsessed with it and tries to get it involved in him, tries to do it himself, and becomes obsessed with it and getting it right and whatnot. And so yeah, it's a fun film. I don't have a lot to say about this, but I kind of have some interesting stuff, I guess. I mean, for me, it's interesting. So first off, like I was saying, Mel Brooks. I have seen Spaceballs, Robin Hood Men in Tights, Blazing Saddles, Silent Movie, and this. Oh, and History of the World Part 1. So I've seen 6 of Mel Brooks' movies. This one is probably my least favorite of all of his movies. With that being said, even the rating I gave this is still higher than a lot of the stuff. Like, I don't hate this movie, it's just my least favorite of all his movies. My top is probably either History of the World or Spaceballs. And then coming in at a close second would probably be Men in Tights. I really enjoy his movies. At the same time, he gets, I don't want to say controversial, but he like gets real close to the edge on what you can and can't do in movies with his stuff. But so Gene Wilder in this is at his top tier self, doing great, but he's not my favorite. My favorite person in this movie is Marty Feldman. That guy takes the freaking cake, man. He kills it in this movie. He was the perfect choice for Igor. He did a great job. There is so many parts in this that are just made me laugh from him. He was the hilarious part of this. It's a little interesting thing. So this movie is very sexual, very freaking sexual, which is really weird. I mean, there's a part where Frankenstein is literally trying to get his rocks off, and there's a part where freaking Igor is sitting there like getting all horny and stuff on the women, and that's the other thing that's kind of bugs me is the women in this like have no real role. Their role is just like dumbed down, and it's terrible. Like they literally don't have much of a role in this, and I'm not saying that they need some huge role, but even the role that they have is just, like I said, so dumbed down that it makes it kind of annoying for that aspect of it. Frau Blucher is Cloris Leachman, which at first I didn't even know that was her. She did a really good job in this. A little a little interesting. So I've seen this, like I said, three or so times, and I never realized that freaking. I guess I'll say spoiler alert. So if you don't want to hear it, but I mean, if you're like me and look up who's in the movie, oh my God, this person's in the movie, really? You're gonna know that the person's in the movie if you've seen the freaking. If you've read the back of the cover, even though he's not on it. Gene Hackman is in this. Gene Hackman is the blind man, and that little bit that he was in the movie was actually really freaking funny. And as you like kind of are like, oh my gosh, that is him. The ending part when Frankenstein runs away and he's like, I was gonna make espresso. Oh my God, that part had me dying. That part was really good. So in the beginning of the movie, there's a little like rant slash speech that Frankenstein is making as one of them starts accusing him of, or like asking a bunch of questions and kind of picking at what he's doing. And he just goes on that rant. I freaking love that. That right there, that was good acting, and that was really good. I really enjoyed it. I'm not one that's really. I don't want to say I'm opposed to black and white films because I love the Three Stooges. I love Laurel and Hardy. I love Abbott and Costello. That's all that stuff's black and white. Three Stooges kind of went to color, but I don't necessarily hate it. It's just I do enjoy the color better. But sometimes black and white is better than the colored. Like It's a Wonderful Life. They have that remastered for colored. I've never watched it. I've always watched it in black and white because I feel like that movie is better in black and white. And so, like this movie, I'm glad it's in black and white because I feel like color would not do it justice. But I mean, that's neither here nor there. That's just kind of my little saying of what I felt as far as the color of the movie. I mean, that doesn't change the rating or anything like that. But like I was saying, the female role was very dumbed down, and I did not care for that. This is like my least favorite of the movies. It's too. At times, this movie's slow, and I don't care for it. But Marty Feldman, he does a great job to make me really enjoy this movie. Gene Wilder does a good job. Peter Boyle does a good job, but at times the way they have him talking and stuff really annoys me. Like, I know that's Frankenstein, but I don't know. It's not a bad movie. I'm a big Mel Brooks fan, so I did enjoy it, but overall, I'm not up there with all the other reviews. So, director Mel Brooks, again, Mel Brooks. Blazing Saddles, Robin Hood Men in Tights, Spaceballs, History of the World Part 1, Silent Movie, High Anxiety. That's one I haven't seen that I do want to see. IMDb gave this an 8 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 94%. Dog Bones gave it a 4 out of 4. I give it a 6 out of 10. If there's something I could say that would make you want to watch this, it's Marty Feldman and Gene Hackman. I'm actually going to throw Gene Hackman in there because he did a really good job in his role. Box office of 86.2 million on a budget of 2.8 mil, so it made 83.4 million. Nominated for 2 Oscars, pretty cool. My interesting fact, which I think is really cool, is the Walk This Way song by Aerosmith was actually inspired by Marty Feldman's scene where he does the walk this way with the hump kind of sticking up. And that's the other thing. His hump switches from this side to this side and stuff. It keeps switching back. And he's like, when do your hump overhead? Oh, never mind. Like I do get quite a bit of laughs out of this, which I do enjoy. But yeah. Anyways, Up next, so I watched Jungle Cruise in theaters, so that will be my next review, which I can't wait to get that out there to you guys because A, it's new, so people are waiting for the new stuff. I do a lot of older stuff. B, the main reason I wanted to see this movie was because of the ride at Disneyland, the Jungle Cruise ride. So there's that. I don't want to go any farther. I don't want to spoil anything or say anything. So like and subscribe. You guys have a good day and check out my letterbox. That's all for tonight. You guys have a good one.
If you're blue and you don't know where to go,